Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. This is your girl Yvonne Michelle, and welcome to Morning Inspiration. It's Monday morning. It's Monday. Yeah, I nearly thought it was Sunday, but it is Monday morning. So I want to welcome you to Morning Inspiration. Another morning for you to be inspired, for you to get a super boost to start your day. So, for those of you who are just joining, on now, and you are on the replay, I want you to put in your hashtag replay. Do put in any aha moments. Do put in anything that you have learned from today's session. And for those of you who are just joining me now, good morning, good morning, good morning. Those of you who are on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, those of you who are on MediaNet, and those of you who are on Love Zone Radio, welcome, welcome, and welcome again. It's Monday's motivation. Yes, it is Monday's motivation this morning. Sometimes we do manifest Monday, but today's Monday motivation, and I want to talk to you. I want to pick up from where we left off on Friday, kind of. We were talking about, I told you a story about the eagle, and the chicken. If those of you who don't remember, who weren't listening on Friday, please go back on YouTube and look at the 7 traits of leadership. That's what you need to look at the last one, which was integrity, which was the last one last week, Friday. Now, I told you a story about the eagle, and the eagle who had lived, who had found themselves misplaced in with chickens and actually thought that she was a chicken, and another eagle spotted her because he was just like, what are you doing there? He identified with her greatness. He identified with how different she was from everything else. And she knew that she was different. She did know, she felt it, because all the other chickens were laying eggs and she couldn't lay eggs. She felt different. She knew she was different, but because of the environment that she was in, she was acting different, and she was playing small. She hadn't spread her wings. And I'm encouraging you today. It's time to spread your wings. So, because we were there, and I was thinking about the mindset. I was thinking about, okay, so put that into a person now, where that person is in their lifetime. How are they going to maneuver and change their environment if you don't know? So one of the things I identified is, if you don't know, you don't know. And that's where we lack wisdom, right? If you don't know, you don't know. And it's for us to find out and learn and move on. Right? So today I want to talk to you about your habits. And I think I mentioned it last week about your habits. Now, your habits are what are going to shape and move you from where you are to where you want to go. And I know but you said this does, and you said that does, but all of these things work together. They do, and they're for your good. Yes, they are for your good. So what I want you to know is this. Right, so an individual who wants to have success, whether it's in business, whether it's in their life, whether it's within relationships, you must appreciate the might and the force of habit. I'm going to say that again. So to the individual who wants to be successful in their life, in their business, in their relationships, in their health, in their spiritual life, I could go on. You must appreciate the force and the might that habit has. Yes. You must be quick to break habits, right, that break you. And you must hasten to adopt the principles that will become the habits that will help you to achieve the success that you desire. I'm going to say that again. You must be quick to break those habits that can break you. You must be quick to break those habits, and you must hasten to adopt the principles that will become the habits, that will become the habits, that will become the habits. I'm going to say it one more time, that will become the habits that help you to achieve the success you desire. Now, psychologists will tell you, and you can read this up. You can go and check and you can challenge me on this if you want to, but I'm telling you, you'll find out the same information. Psychologists tell us that 90% of our behavior is habitual, right? It's habitual. That means it's a habit. 90%. 90%. So from the time you get up in the morning to the time you go to bed, you're going to function in your habits, whether you want to admit it or not. It's just something that's going to happen. Why? Because we operate, 90% of us, 90% of the time, we operate through habits. So that habit comes from what we've learned as children, what we've been told, what we've been told, um, all of those things, all of those things. It's going to have a factor on how we present, what we do, what we say. I don't know if you've ever been in the shopping mall, and I'm going to say to you, try this, just try it. Go to the shopping mall early-ish in the morning. I don't know what it's going to be like now because we've had a disruption. This COVID is has disrupted the norm. It really has. So how we function every day has changed somewhat, but we are now developing and creating new habits. And you have to wonder and ask yourself, are these habits serving you? Are they serving you? Right? Because they are now, because we've been in this lockdown over 3 months now. So that has been now a time for us to create new habits. But before this, right? Before this happened, right, this is one of the things I used to do. If I'd go into the shopping centre, I would just watch people. I'm a people watcher. I like to watch people because I am fascinated by people's behaviour, hence why I do all of this, right? It's all about behaviour. It's all about communication. So I would watch people and they would all be walking and they're like, some people on their phone, some people just walking, some people just walking, and other people looking in shops. But what I found most fascinating is they all seem to be in some kind of trance. They do the same thing. Excuse me, doing the same thing. And if you ask a person, what did you do yesterday? They will tell you they did the same thing. Or another way of looking at a habit, if you're a driver and you're driving to work every day, you take the same route every day, every single day. And some of the time, if you're honest with yourself, you'll get in your car, and by the time you get to your destination, you have to actually wonder, how did I get here? Because I didn't think about it. I just drove. I just got here, right? I just got here. So these are habits that we have. This is a habitual nature that we have. We get into habits that we use every single day. Now you have to work out whether or not these habits are serving you in a way that's conducive to where you are going, to your destination. Is it serving you? Right? Now think about this. Remember what we spoke about last week. We spoke about the eagle. We spoke about the eagle having laser vision. We spoke about the eagle having the capacity to see over 5 kilometers and head for their prey. So it's about the focus. What is it serving you? Is that habit serving you? Now habits can be good, and they sometimes the habits are good and they free up your mind. So you don't have to think about things like getting to work, right? Like getting to work. You don't have to think about it. You're just on it. You're on a mission. You get there, you start your day, you know exactly what you're gonna do. And sometimes you don't even think about it. It becomes an unconscious thing, right? It becomes unconscious. So, but what we want to look at today is those habits that are sabotaging you. are the ones that are not working for you, because we need to create new habits. We need to create the things that are going to help us. We need to create the things that are going to help us to move and shape us and form us into the people that we are, right? It's almost like a butterfly. You know, when you're in you see the butterfly in the cocoon, that's not what defines the butterfly. What defines the butterfly is what's inside the cocoon. So what defines you is what's inside of you, what's inside the inner part of the habit. Sometimes you've got to break that thing. You've got to break the chain. You've got to break the chain, break the chain, break the chain in order to release yourself to be the person that you need to be the person that operate at the frequency that you need to operate at. Now, what is she talking about? Frequency. What is she talking about? What are you talking about, Yvonne Michelle? I'm talking about the frequency that that enables you to be the person, to be who you are. Now, we are energy. As human beings, we are all energy. Do not be mistaken about anything else. We are energy and we operate at different frequencies. The higher the frequency is the more impact that you're going to have. The higher the frequency is the more impact that you are going to have. So in order to create new habits, one, you need to change or start to create a different frequency or operate in a different frequency. Yeah, you need to be able to do that. How do you do that, Yvonne? How do you do that? Well, you start to create habits. Now, habits, right? Habits, to create a new habit. Some say 21 days, some say 30 days, some say 40 days. But do you know what? In order to solidify, so hear what I'm saying, solidify a new habit. It's something that you must continuously do over 40 times. I know I've heard 21, I've heard many different, but I'm telling you, to solidify a new habit, which means when I say solidify, what am I saying? I'm saying that if I'm saying, right, I'm going to start a new habit today, and I'm looking at my health and I'm going to go running every day, right? Is that a realistic goal for somebody that hasn't exercised for ever? Forever? No, it's not a realistic goal. Why? Because when you look at one side and you look at the other, they are so different. So what you do is you set yourself tasks. You set yourself tasks within that. So you want to get to, I want to be an exercise. I want to be healthy. I want to be able to exercise every day. And I want that to be my life's regime, right? Because habits are not like, we're not doing the habits to just have a diet or whatever. Habits are about a lifestyle. Habits, where you are now, what you are doing, where you are going in your life, what you are putting together, how you are performing, is all based on your habits. It's all based on your habits. So if you are not doing something habitual, that means you're going to drop off. You're going to self-sabotage, and you're not going to do the thing that you need to do. So here, what you do. You set yourself mini goals, mini tasks, and you create the new habit. But you must do this every day. So if you say, I say every day, you must do this task. Whatever you set, you must do it in that regime. So, say for instance, I want to get healthier, and I want to be able to run every day. Right now, am I going to run every day straight off the cuff? Probably not, because you've got to know who you are, right? So what if I set myself a task? Here's the task. I'm going to go out and I'm going to start off. I'm going to walk for 3 miles every other day. Is that achievable? Yes, it is. Right. So every other day, I'm going to set my alarm, and my alarm is going to be my kick, my function, my tool, my source of doing it. So I know that each day, every other day, I'm going to do it at the same time. I'm going to go to the same place, and each time it is going to get shorter and shorter and shorter, because I'm going to get healthier. So these are my expectations, and I set that down, and I set it down on a piece of paper, and I'm like, right, this is the new habit. This is the new thing, and I do that every other day. Now, they say you got to do this 40 odd times, right? 45, 40, 60 times, whatever. How many other times you got to do? You got to do it there. But what happens if you drop off? What happens? Do you just pick up and start again from where you left off? You just continue? Or do you just say, oh, I'll do it tomorrow? What happens? What we do habitually is we drop off. This is what we do as human beings. We drop off. But what we need to do is every time we drop off, we start again. We start again. But we start again in a loving way. Okay, Yvonne, you didn't do it this time, but we're going to start again. We're starting again because you deserve it. You're starting again because you are awesome. We're starting again because you're a queen. We're starting again because you are going to be able to do so much more when you reach that. And then once you've reached that goal, you're going to be able to tell other people and be inspiring and help other people to move on and do what you need to do, right? This is what you have to be telling yourself, because most of the time when we get into bad habits, we cuss ourselves, we tell ourselves negative things, we put ourselves down, and that is not the way of moving forward, is it? No, it's not. So whatever habits you're currently are producing, they are what are producing your results. So if your results, in whatever capacity, wherever you are in your life, whether it's a spiritual goal, whether it's a physical goal, you want to get healthy, whether it's a mindset goal, if you find that the level of results that you're getting is less than what you desire, then you have to look at your habits, you have to look at your routines, you have to look at what you're doing in order to create in order to bring yourself to the place or create that vibration that you need to achieve the goal which you've set. Now, most of you, I can see most of you come on every morning, and I think you're amazing, because this is becoming a habit. It's becoming a habit, and it's becoming a part of your regime. Right, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna listen, I'm gonna get super boost, I'm gonna go ready, and I'm gonna go and do my day. Check your habits. This is a good habit to have. This is an inspiring habit. This is what's going to challenge you, because I'm not here to rub you down and make you feel good. That's not why I'm here. I'm here to disrupt your normal. I'm here to disrupt your thinking. I'm here to disrupt how you've patterned yourself and thought about yourself and thought about the things that you do. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to inspire you to your next part of your journey, to help you to transform, because that's what I do. Right? So I'm saying to you now, what are the habits? I want you to think about this today, because we're going to go into tomorrow's truth. We're going to go to Tuesday's truth tomorrow. And you know, it's always Pepper. I'm always going to challenge you. Always going to challenge you. So I want you to think about today what habits, I want you to write them down. What are the things that you do on a regular basis? And I want you to go right back to the beginning. I want you to think about, okay, so what is my, and a good place to start is, what is my ritual? What is my ritual before I go to bed? What do I do? What time do I go to bed? Have I got a ritual? And I use it, the word ritual, because it's habitual and we do this every day. It becomes like a ritual without us even thinking about it. Now I want us to pattern our minds. I want us to think about and take control of what habits we are actually walking in. Right? So I want you to think about, what is your nightly ritual? What do you do before you go to bed? Do you go to bed at the same time? Uh, do you drink water before you go to bed? Do you read before you go to bed? Do you pray before you go to bed? What is the ritual? What is it that you're doing? Start there, and then go into the morning. So you go to your bed. You've got your bedtime routine. You sleep for how many hours? When you get up, what's the first thing that you do? As you open your eyes, what is the first thing you do? Write it down. What's the next thing you do? Write it down. And I want you to be so laser focused in this. This is something for you to do, and for something that's going to teach you a lesson about yourself and how you function. because you have to know how you function in order to reframe and change and create new habits. Your habits are what are serving you. If you are not functioning well, check your habits. Okay? Check your habits. So, this is your task today. I'm giving you a task. I'm giving you a task. And guys, let me just say this. Every morning I'm here. This is free. This is free stuff. Every morning I'm here. So I'm inviting you to come and work with me. Work with me. I'm inviting you to come onto my campus, come into my university of life. I'm inviting you, those of you who are listening under the sound of my voice, those of you who are on MediaNet Live TV this morning, I am welcoming you, and I'm inviting you to join with me. Those of you who are on Love Zone Radio, I'm inviting you to join with me. And do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a link on top. I'm not selling you anything. I'm just going to put a link for you to contact me and come and have a conversation with me. I'm going to invite you into my campus because I believe that this is where we grow together. This is how we thrive together. And I want to challenge you. I want to challenge you, challenge those habits that you have been functioning in all this time that's not serving you, to create new ones that are going to serve you, that are going to bring you to a higher place. It's going to raise your vibration, and your energy will raise as well. Okay, so your task today is to write down what your bedtime ritual is, and be honest, because if there isn't one, just say, well, sometimes I go to bed at 9 o'clock, sometimes I go at 10, sometimes I go at whatever time, sometimes I don't go to bed till the next day. There's something we need to talk about, going to bed on the same day that you wake up, but that's another talk. We'll talk about that maybe next week, right? So what is it that you're doing? So I want you to write it down. Listen, guys, you're getting coaching for free. I want you to write it down. What are your bedtime habits? What are they? And then, how many hours do you sleep? How many hours do you need to function? Because we're all different, right? And then I want you to look at your morning routine. What is your morning routine? What is the first thing that you do when you wake up? What's the very first thing? Do you give thanks and praise? Say, God, I thank you for the day. I thank you for giving me breath. I thank you for giving me life. Are you stretching for your phone the first thing? What is it? What is the first thing that you do every morning? And I want you to write the list. And I want you to look at the list, and I want you to think to yourself, how is this serving me? Is this a good thing that I'm doing? Because you might be one of those people who are picking up your phone and scrolling first thing in the morning before you even wipe the matter onto your eye, before you even take the cross onto your eye and up on your phone. Is it serving you? Right? Is it serving you? Then you can start to then change things around. You can start to maneuver things around. Is that scrolling serving you? Is it productive? Because in my mind's eye, the first thing from I open my eye and I draw breath is giving thanks. So we need to get, because that's the source. That's the energy. That's the PowerPoint. So connecting with the PowerPoint for me, and I'm just telling you, for me, this is me, is to connect with my source. Because that's where the power is. The power is not scrolling. I'm just saying. Right? I'm just saying. So I want you to, these are the tools, these are the things that I want you to do. This is called you taking control and creating new habits to create the life that you want. So your task today is to get a piece of paper and write down your habits, right? Your nighttime habit and your morning habit. That's what I want you to do, is those two. And we'll continue this tomorrow. But I want you to think about what is the last thing that you do at night. What is your routine, your ritual before you go to bed? And then what is the first thing you do in the morning? And I would say up until, yeah, so what's the first thing that you do in the morning, and do and leave it there. So it might be that you get on your phone, you scroll, you might go to the bathroom, you might brush your teeth, you might have something to eat, right? That might be it. Or it might be you wake up, you draw your breath, you pray, you speak to God, you then go to the bathroom, whatever. You might talk to somebody in your household. It could be something like that. But every person is different. Every one of you is different. I just want you to see what you are doing, and I want you to be honest. So that might mean, like, think about what you did last night. You know what time you went to bed last night. Think about it. You know what time you went to bed last night. You know what you did before you went to bed last night. You know what you thought before you went to bed last night. Did you write down your plan for the day today last night? Because that's a habit. That's a good habit to have. But we might not do it. We might wait till the morning. Why would you wait till the morning? But again, I'm just saying, use the habits that serve you. You're gonna look at this thing and think, right, I can change this, I can change that, and I can leave this because actually this is working for me. Okay, I'm out. I want to thank you. I want to thank you guys for listening to me this morning. I want to thank you for being here for Monday's motivation. It is a real challenge, I know, and sometimes it's just like that. Sometimes that's just how Spirit will just feed through me, and this is what you need for this hour. So I want you to think about your habits, write them down so that you can see what they are, so that you can begin to write new habits that will serve you in a more conducive way to where you're going. All right. This is your girl Yvonne Michelle. This has been Morning Inspiration. If you had an aha moment, please do message and put it in the feed. Please do write on the comments, because I do read every single comment that comes in, whether you're on the replay or whether you are live. For those of you who have been listening this morning, I hope that you've taken a nugget. I hope that you've got something from it, and that you remember the most important thing today is remember who you are, and also remember whose you are, and let your light shine. Let your light shine. This is your girl Yvonne Michelle. I'm out. I'll see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. for more morning inspiration. And do remember, there is no Conversations with Yvonne Michelle tonight. It will be back next week, and I have an amazing guest on the show. Absolutely amazing influencer on YouTube. She's from the USA. So do remember to join me next week, and also tomorrow night for After Dark show, the adult relationship show. Do remember to join me right here on Facebook Live and Instagram. And not Instagram, sorry, not Instagram, sorry, YouTube. Okay, I'm out of here. God bless you. I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao.